Hi guys, so recently I hauled this Griffin photo finish cards bundle. I got an HSN there, so I'll go ahead and link in the description box. Those will be affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission for your purchase items to those links. But I had some questions. So I showed you guys what was in here. Generally, this came from Create 9. So, you can buy the Create 9 box. It's, $450, $500, I guess, depends on when and where you bought it. And that gives you access to the Create event, and then you can keep watching, download the cutting files or whatever it is that you need. I mean, cutting files not like for the Cricut, but just like the info that you need to cut what you need to cut so that you're ready for the classes as you take them over, I want to say it's over Veterans Weekend, which is just another kink in the whole thing, because I was like, my son has a thing, I have to take my mom back home. It just wasn't something I was going to be able to attend. But you can keep watching them if you have purchased that. So somebody asked if this is a class or something. I forgot what she said, or the way she asked it, and I thought, oh, you know what, maybe I wasn't clear. So if you buy just one of these bundles, like this one, or the Christmas cracker bundle, I think there's another bundle, it's just another set of dies with, the paper. Basically, the bundles come like this inside the box. If you've done unboxing, you've seen other people's videos, that's kind of what it looks like. So the class kit, right, for that class, so this would be the photo finish cards. It is an Easel card die set that's in here. I did a whole unboxing, so today we're just going to play with this. You're not getting like an access to that video or to that cutting file, how to cut things, or just for that class, you know what I'm saying? It's not that way. You're just buying this and this is what arrives, and there's no other access to like any of the classes. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. I know later on she will, well, she's done that in the past, I don't know, maybe things change. On Anna Griffin's site, she'll have like the cutting information. If you end up buying, like, let's say the box doesn't usually come with the cutting information in with it. You can buy it. If you go to the Create event, it's available for you for free because you need that information, right? So you can download that. But later you can just buy them, and I think I've shown it in one of my haul videos, and they'll send it to you. It's all printed out and really nicely, and you can just put it like in a binder or something. So that's another way of finding like specifically what projects they did in Create 9, right? For today, I'm just going to play with this, because that's, if you were to buy this and you didn't do the Create, or if you buy the Create event, the box afterwards, you're not going to have access to the videos either. Again, you can pick up the cut files separately, and it has images of everything, what it's supposed to look like and all that kind of stuff. Now, everything that comes in this bundle is very Christmassy. Well, I wouldn't say everything. That's not true. That's not true. I take it back. It does have an array of, like, birthday, wishing you happy birthday, Merry Christmas, things like that. And then it has things that are more birthday, and it has stickers and ephemera and things that are more holiday. And then the papers are even, yeah, I totally forgot. I don't know why I said that. But, like, half, I would say more than half. Well, no, I'd say half the papers. Like, this one can be more everyday, right? This light blue one. So let's say Christmas papers like this, everyday papers like this. Funny enough, I totally forgot that this had everyday papers in it. I was going to pull my own papers, because one of the examples or samples that Anna had shown in HSN for this particular photo frame Easel die set or bundle, however you want to call it, it was the easel on top of a box. And I've done that before, and actually I just gave it away. I think Miranda has it. I made like a little small box that holds like A2 size cards, and you can easel it open. And I'm always making like boxes. I have several sitting here. This is one of them that I really love that I always have here. That is shaped. This is a Heartfelt Creations die set that I made this, and then I just designed my own box base so it opens like this, right? So, anyway, it lifts off. The one I think that Anna had as an example, I couldn't tell, but it looked like maybe it was kind of like a Matchbox type where it slides out, Same kind of thing. It looks a lot like this with, sides, and then the easel top. So it's just a mixture of box and easel. And I was like, maybe we should do that. Now that's going to take not a lot of time, but more time than I was thinking we're going to do today. But you know what? I'm up for it. So I want to make it more everyday. These papers are single-sided, so if I use these papers, we will see. We have these gorgeous papers. I'll keep them out. Obviously, we need the dies. I don't know that I'm going to make a happy birthday with like these things, but maybe we'll use the flowers that are in here. But we can put those aside for now because we're not going to need them. It does come with gold paper. I was going to pair this with some other fun colors, so although this is in here, she usually has a swag bag also in these kits when you buy like the big box that have like tons of different colors and more other things and papers, and you can play with that way. Where is it? Oh. had this little stack of papers here next to me that I think was from Halloween or just Everyday Brights. I can't remember. I was really wanting to use like this blue. It's so pretty. But should we go pink? It's kind of out there. This pink one. And it doesn't really go with anything that I have here. Not that the blue does either. Huh. Let me think about this one. We're gonna start cutting and making boxes and all that, so I'll be right back. I went and even took a little break, had some lunch, because this is going to be a project. Probably not gonna use the blue. I think I'll use the pink and the purple, and possibly for that reason I might use some of this bright pink and some of this purple. This is gonna be a project for Miranda, so it's going to be bright. If you don't like that, if you like Anna Griffin things, you probably like things more subdued. A lot of things, but it's more subdued, right, in the color way. So whatever it is you like to do. I don't really have a picture going in the center, so I'm going to do all the cutting, you know, make it into a little like jewelry box, you know, where you pull it out. Like, that's what it reminds me of. And I'll add a picture later, but we'll even do some of the decoration and just make it in a way that I can add the picture. Now, in my unboxing of this, basically an unboxing last video, I wasn't sure if this cut, and then I was like, I don't know, and then somebody had mentioned another one that doesn't cut, so I thought maybe this is the same, but no, it does cut this edge on the inside, so this is definitely going to be a frame, right? So we have this main piece, the frame. So in this video, we're going to do the easel card because that's what it's for, but I'm also going to put that easel on a box, so we have two kind of fun things to work on today. So I have to come up with the numbers on that, right, for the box. You can easel this in a portrait mode like this, right? So it opens up like this, or, you know, landscape, which is what she did here. I know, it's funny, in the presentation she mentioned something like, never done this before, but they literally did this last year. So maybe not in one of the Create classes, I don't know, but she has this design. I have it, oh my gosh, where's the actual picture frame? I have the frame here. But it was more of a Christmas feel, and you might still be able to find that die set, but very similar, just that the dies, what it did here made like holly kind of a pattern. Okay, so on the back of this, it does have a little instruction. Very interesting. See, again, this is photo frame die cut and emboss. Interesting. Doesn't that look like it's not cutting? It only cuts. Yeah, so weird. Anyway. I guess we're gonna have to find that out. It looks like it cuts all the way through. Everything I've seen about it shows it that way, and then she's been using this for like your matte layer or for like the photo itself, and then you see how there's a gap in between where this is and that is, and that's because of that reason. So, weird. For right now, we're going to get started. So anyway, you need your base, and this is if you're making the card anyway. You're still gonna need two of this, whatever you want for your base, whatever you want for the background, for the top easel, right? And then the base of your card. And then you have this prettiness. You're gonna need the easel portion, and then whatever embellishments you want to use. I don't know why this embellishment is stuck together, and it's not just that it looks like it's stuck together, it is stuck together. If you look at this die, the die doesn't cut here and here. So if you go to Create 9 and you find out that that's for a reason, that you're gonna fold it and do something pretty, let me know. I don't understand what that's about, because you could still use one die like this. They could have just put a line here and a line here and still had it stuck together in the middle by a piece of metal that wasn't connected. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, why does the cut line follow over here? Now we're gonna have to fussy cut this away from the other one, or just fold it, but it's still gonna have these things in the middle. So odd. Very odd, but here we go. We're gonna use this later, so for right now, I'm trying to think of how to do this easily. We're gonna need that one. Let's take this one. We're not gonna use this quite yet, or the decoration quite yet, and we'll take this guy. And so anyway, for your easel, you need two of this guy, or whatever you want to use in the background. You're going to use the pretty frame, I'm assuming that's why you've got it, right? So again, one background, two backgrounds, the pretty frame. And I'm going to use those cute things, but just in a second. And then the easel portion, super easy. You're just going to flatten those out, and there you go. Her images are really not telling the story here. I guess what it is what they're showing is if you want to keep it, I have no idea what she's showing here, to be honest. Like, if you want to keep it delicate and just hinge it. But if this cuts out of the center, which I guess we're going to see if that's the case, there's nothing to hinge it to until you add this to one of the backgrounds. I don't know. Ladies and gentlemen, we already know the instructions aren't the best coming out of House of Anna there. Okay. So for me, I'm going to focus mostly on the purple. So I'm going to do 2 pieces just like this. So cut this one here and hopefully it has room for both. I think it will. Okay, so we need 2 of these. And I need one for the bottom of my jewelry box feel. So, you know, it's going to be on the bottom. You're not going to see a lot of it, but I'd rather keep it the same. So I'm going to cut 3 before, just their basic card, you need 2. But I'm going to go ahead and cut 3 of these guys out. So I'm going to have 3 of these. What did I want to do for my frame? Pink and then purple? Okay, so this guy I'm going to run it through here. And then we're going to see if this cuts out the center or not. I'm going to run it through whatever your machine does that you need to run it through to get the embossing. If you have an M-Press, you know, use whatever your machine says. I'm probably going to run this through the Hello Hobby, what's it called? Yeah, my Walmart machine, because I like the way it embosses on that one with 1 pass. I'm going to do 2 of this frame. Okay, I'm going to use the purple later. So for right now, when I come back, I'll have 3 of this one, 2 of this guy, and then, you know, depending on how you want to hinge it, you're not going to see this a lot. Do you want to waste beautiful Anna paper just for this thing that you're not going to see? Or just grab some paper from your stash and cut it from there, which I think is what I'll do. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this one easel piece out too from a paper that coordinates, that's not, you know, pricey Anna paper. Okay, I'll be right back. Piece of paper with this because I noticed the last few times that I've used this machine, the embossing wasn't as deep as I would like. So it's just a piece of paper, like printer paper, but it's from the Spellbinders, like, what's it called? The thing that you can like do messy things on and just toss it out. I will say that piece of paper had some weird little thing on it, so it, you know, stuck on there, but that's okay. It did cut the center, so that's what I was showing. I'm like, yay, okay, so that's what I thought. It's just, I don't know why her picture shows it not cutting the center, and it doesn't really show that this is on top of this one, because then the sizes would be different. It shows literally this goes into the easel. I'm not going to harp on it. I'm just letting you guys know in case you see those same instructions, and then you're like, huh? I mean, it's not, I don't know. Okay, I'm just going to clean these guys out because I think we have all the pieces that we need for our basic construction. You can see what the easel card looks like, and then we're going to put it, like I said, on top of a little box. I did say it's like a jewelry box. Not really a jewelry box, more like a, not even cigar box, because actually we could make a cigar box. Wouldn't that be fun? I didn't think about that. I think it's already kind of weird because you have the easel and then to open it again the other way. I think it's just better to have like a little drawer that comes out. So maybe that'll be for another day. So I have these pieces. Let me finish cleaning up and I'll be right back. I said clean up, but I have some little bits here that stayed behind. Okay. So if you're just making your card, obviously this is the very initial, what it might look like. Oh my goodness, I didn't drop that center piece out. There we go. Something like this. Now, you can start off with the easel part of it and then decorate, or decorate this first and stick it to the easel. But I have three pieces because one of them is going to be the bottom of my box, like just the bottom. And then we're going to build a little box, and then this is going to sit on top. And both of these guys are going to look the same like this. So that's what I was going for. Couple things. I guess what I'll do is go ahead and just glue this one down just to have it ready Otherwise, it might be harder to stick down after we have this other stuff put down after we glue this on. It may or may not be. I don't know. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing on both of them. The top one is going to have a little bit more of the purple as decoration, the metallic purple that I have. I'm going to cut that weird little thing that's like stuck together. We're going to do that. We'll do the floral one, because again, I'm doing more floral, everyday, cute box rather than a Christmas one, but you can use whatever you like. What's this? Okay. A little interesting. It's just the smallest amount of edge, which I love. I don't know if you can see that. This is trash. I'm gonna hold that down. With this one, I'm still... I'm trying to think if I just glue that down. I'm gonna put the purple pieces. Okay, so I'm gonna glue this one down too. So just the way I glued this one down, I'm going to glue this one down, okay? And I'll be right back. One of them under here, keeping some pressure. This is the one we did first, and this is at the bottom of our box, so we have those. While that's setting up, and we haven't stuck this down yet, I'm going to go ahead and run my purple ones through. Oh, it got dark all of a sudden. Oh, the time change has me waking up so early and then just being like, it's too early. I'm just going to lay here and then conking back out and then making it a little bit late. That one's all, see there? Okay, this guy. I'm going to run this one through twice because I want all four of these guys. And then I want this little floral one for now. So all through the same purple, just one of the flowers, and then run this through twice. Okay, I'll be right back. Again, this has embossing and all that, so whatever it is you do with your machines to get that going, get that going. I'll be back. Let's get our pieces here. I think I'm gonna move that over there. Beautiful. So we have two that are the same because I wanted to go like this and still have that beautiful frame. It would have been tougher to put on afterwards. I don't even know how you would put it on afterwards, to be honest. And this is the bottom of our box. So this is gonna go in there, and this is gonna be the frame, and then we're gonna build a little box that goes inside of here. This guy, you can do how she has it. Basically, just bend them both back. Right. This is the nice side, and basically it's going to glue here and glue at the base. Right. So you open it up like this. So you can move that to the side. This will be your basic item. Now, you know, wherever you want to put this thing on here, generally you put it further back. So you can do that. I'm just going to put it like here. I'll just show you what that looks like. Let's say there. I'm gonna hold that down. Obviously I have that frame there that's a little obtrusive, not really, but enough. Making sure I'm not gluing it completely together. And then this piece, since it's folded forward, it's gonna glue to the back of this. And so the easiest way to do that, I would say, is flatten this out. Just wanna make sure it's gonna be there. That's weird. You know what, her image is not great for that. Let's see, this is here. Yeah, I mean, that's as much as you're gonna get. So you can move it further back if you want it to go back a little bit more, right? This thing is so wide, so I can't think about that when you're placing it here. But yeah, I only get like that much extension. So definitely push it back as far as you'd like if you want more pitch on that guy, or less pitch, or cut it down. Do your own thing. You don't have to use this piece. All right, so that's generally flat like that. You're just going to lay the one card on top of the other. And I use wet glue, so it's a little, not dangerous, but you know, it can spread around. So just, that's gonna be down here. And then when you pick it up, it's gonna be like that, right? Can't mess with it too much right now, it's wet glue, so I just wanna make sure I didn't glue it down flat. Okay, so we have that. Now, again, it's still showing that it's like solid. I don't know why. It's not showing that it's on top of this other one. It's showing just as a solid piece, but you know. You can do your stopper, your decorations, I mean, whatever that you like. What I was going to do is, obviously, when I have my little picture, a little image, it's probably going to be something of like an image of Miranda and I. It goes in here. As you can see, this cuts on the very edge. So I'm just imagining later when I have something. What I want to do is put this guy here. And I'm going to use some dimensionals. And you know what, I'm going to put them on here just so I know I'm hitting the right spot here. Something like that, maybe an extra one. And I'm not going to put dimensionals or stickers or glue in this area because that way I can put a picture in later. Now, this kit comes with lots of stickers and things. I don't know if they're made for what I want them to be, you know, this little thing from Miranda Lou, but it's a little crooked. No, no, no. Over here. Oh my gosh, I go one way too much with the other way too much. Again, if this was just your card, you would have it like that. Beautiful. Fold it flat, send it off, obviously with their imagery and all the other stickers you're putting in there. This guy, we're going to contend with this. You see how it's stuck together, like I said? Now, if you think, oh, you're just going to fold it and it'll be cute, okay, sure. You're still going to have these weird little things sticking out. So let me know if that's part of the process as far as like, oh, there's something you can do with that. For right now, I'm just going to cut it right down the middle. And obviously we're going to contend with those tabs. That weird little tabby thing there, I'm going to just come in and follow the curve, hopefully, and not look like a kindergartner did it. There we go. Okay, this one's a little tougher because it's in here and it's like a little shell shape. I'm just trying to make it look not ugly. Okay, so I just kind of followed that curve. Not great. I don't know why that happened. Some kind of design idea that was not the greatest, but that's okay. All right, so I'm gonna do that with both of them. With these guys, since I can see exactly that it's the same, what I'm going to do is just put some dimensionals like here and here on all four of them, okay? Here, down in here. And if I don't forget, I will try to remember to put the link for the dimensionals kits. I have them in white and in black, and they are Anna Griffin. You can put some more there if you like. I'm just, you take the backs off of all these, so I try to do the least amount that can get the job done. And I'll be right back. Because the weather just like changed on a dime. It looks like a storm's brewing. I don't know. It's supposed to rain like ever. But it does. Okay, I do want to mention, as I was putting this on, I just went ahead and cut them and put them on, because obviously it doesn't take, you just put them on. There is definitely left and right on these guys. So like if this goes on here, I don't know if you can see, it's not quite right. Okay, it wouldn't fit correctly. So just know that they are slightly different, one that's for the left and one that's for the right. So put those guys on. So if you have it and you're like, oh, this isn't quite matching up, it's because you have the opposite one, right? Look how pretty that is. Really fun. Miranda's gonna love this, whatever it is that we end up doing with this. I think we need to create the box, because if I keep working, I'm gonna have other stickers and it might be harder for me to set this down on the box frame that's gonna be under here. So hopefully you understand what we're doing. It's gonna be like this. This is basically your frame. If you're just gonna do this, great. We have the easel. We're gonna do that in a minute. The stopper, or you can put a sticker as a stopper. You don't have to use the stopper, as it were, this thing is your stopper. You have a background piece and a pretty piece on top. You have the little piece that looks more festive for Christmas. I love that they did it for both, every day and Christmas. That's really nice. Like I said, my last one's just Christmas. So you could also, if you wanted the easel, this one to open this way, right, this kind of thing, portrait mode, just put this portion, turn the other way, all right, again towards the back, and then put your glue, and you have it easeled this way. But I am doing landscape, and that's what we have. Okay, so let me take some measurements, because I have no idea. Let's get this piece of paper here. I'm assuming this is 5 by 7. Obviously it's curly cute and fun, and so we need to avoid all this area because I don't want my box pieces out there. It'll look kind of silly. So I think 6 1/4 is so small. If I go to 6 1/2 is too big. I wanted to push it as far as I could. 6 1/4 just seems so tiny to me. But if we're here and here, all right, let's go 6 1/4. I don't want to make funny numbers that it's going to end up being like painful for you guys to cut or follow along with. My son took one of my pens, so now, whatever, I'll use this one. I keep using these guys. 6 1/4 by, if I want to make it exactly, we're going to have to do 4 1/4. Again, I'm trying to get away from this area that's all bubbly and fun. Yep, 4 1/4. Okay. Now, let me think about this. So if we're going to do it so it has a slider, again, that's usually matchbox style. So we're going to have a piece of paper that's like this that we're going to have to score. This is kind of a weird look. Sorry, I should do it skinnier and longer this way. But we're going to have a piece that comes around. Sorry for the rough edit. Hopefully some of this makes sense. I was going to go ahead and make all my measurements, but I just realized I was making it so that the box opens on the side, which might be okay, but I want it to open from the front. So whatever I did here, let's not even pay attention to that. You're not even going to have seen it. I'm just going to get rid of that. What we need is paper that, for our box, goes across here, down, across, back up. Okay? So that's going to be a longer piece of paper that we're not going to have. So I think we're going to have to do this differently. So basically, to make the outer box, if our numbers are 6 1/4 by 4 1/4, that's what we want that to be. What am I doing? I got stuff all over. You need to go this way. And I drew it right the first time, and I should have just left it alone. So anyway. So the first score line is going to be at 6 1/4. Okay? And then I was thinking, how tall do we want it? I'm thinking 1 1/2 is good. So the next score line, we need 1 1/2 in here. Then you got to cross back to 6 1/4, right? 6 1/4. And then back down the side for the 1 1/2. So 1 1/2. And then we need a 1/2 inch glue tab at least. All right? We'll add these numbers in a minute. The reason I'm doing it this way, because the insert that goes in, we're going to put like a matchbox style like I did the other day. The little box that goes inside, I don't want to make that the right size, and then this one a little bit bigger. I want this outer casing to be the exact size that I was looking for, which is 6 1/4 by 4 1/4. So we're going to get those numbers for that. That means the box on the inside is going to be a little bit smaller than 6 1/4 by 4 1/4. And you guys saw last time I got rid of 1/16, okay, or added 1/16. So we'll talk about that in just a minute. My only concern is if you add this up, that's 6, and 6, that's already 12. 1 1/2 and 1 1/2, that's 9, and that's 15, plus this 1/4 inch and this half, that's another 16 inches of paper. I do not have that. In the kit, we have 12-inch long pieces of paper. So what I think is what we'll do is just have pieces that are, we're gonna have to glue them together. So I'm gonna have sections that are part of the 6 1/4, right? 6 1/4. And then it needs to have a 1 1/2 inch piece to it, and then a 1/2 inch glue tab to glue it to the next one. So I'm gonna do sections that are 4 1/4 inch deep, 4 1/4 by 6 1/4, that's, okay, hold on, 1 1/2 and 1/2, that's 2, 8 1/4. I need 2 pieces that are 4 1/4 by 8 1/4. Now, this is just making like a matchbox. So with matchbox you can pull out the front side or the back side or the side, but 2 sides are open, right? So you can move it around. I don't want this little thing to fall out the back. I can definitely cut a piece of paper that's going to have a tab here. So add like, let's say, 1 1/2 on one of these guys. That's gonna have a little tab. And we can do that. I think it might be a little more difficult to work with. So I think what we're going to do is just add a piece of paper in there. I know. I can definitely do this. Just, making this a little bit longer and then cutting into it as we need for it to kind of come up and make its own little flap and all that. But I don't want things to get more confusing. So let's just leave it at that. We're also going to need an extra piece of paper to close off the back of this thing. That is going to be 1 1/2 inches deep, right? We need it to be 1 1/2 here. We need to have glue tabs, and I like to do 1/2 inch glue tabs. It makes it easy. So if we're doing that, plus it's 4 1/4 inches, hold on. No, 6 1/4. 1.5 inches deep, and then we want to have a 1/2 inch glue tab everywhere, half. So we're going to do 2.5 by 7 1/4. Okay, I'm going to cut 2 pieces from the pink paper. Now I'm bringing in that pink paper. And hopefully I have enough to make the box, this little box insert. So right now we're just making the outside kind of wrapper. So I need 2 pieces that are 4 1/4 by 8 1/4, and I need 1 little piece that's 2.5 by 7 1/4. Okay? I'll be right back. Some little advice on the cutting. Now, I wanted my box to be right at the edges of this thing, so if you don't want that and you get rid of these quarters, like the 4 1/4, you can definitely get more paper out of this, because this is only 8 inches. So if you had cut at 4, you can get both pieces that you need from this one. I'm not going to change my numbers, but if you want to save your paper, then do that. Okay, so just go 4 by 6 is the inside in what you're going to do for this thing. However you want to do it. But for now, I am going to cut this, and I am going to cut the 4 1/4 in this direction, because I need to get 8 1/4. This is only 8 inches wide, so I'm going to go ahead and cut it now. If you feel like you should cut off a piece first, do the 8 1/4 this way first, and then cut it. I'm just trying to conserve the paper and keep the biggest pieces. So 4 1/4 this way, and then by 8 1/4 in this direction. Okay, that's how I'm doing it. So that means I need to cut the other one the same. I'll be right back. Okay, guys. 2 pieces that are 4 1/4 by 8 1/4. Again, if you want to be using this paper in a smarter way, I would say do the 6 by 4. That way you're just saving some more paper, because you could have got both pieces from the same piece of paper. I had to cut up both pieces of paper, and now I don't have any more. And then the one piece that's going to go in the back to keep this from falling out, 2.5 by 7 1/4. So on all these guys, well, on these 2 long ones, I'm going to go to my scoring. I'm going to score one at, we can come in this way, like half. Right, we need a 1/2 inch glue tab and the 1.5, and now you mess with the other. So 1/2 inch glue tab, I'm measuring this way to the 1/2. And of course, we're using the measure. We don't want to cut our paper. 1/2 inch glue tab, and 1.5 from there would be 2 inches. So I'm going to turn it this way just because I don't have 2 inches on that side. 2 inches. I guess I could have done it the same way the whole time. So those are the 2 score lines we have right now, at 1/2 inch and at 2 inches. Same thing with the other one. I guess I'll do it this way just so it doesn't confuse anyone. 1/2 inch. Line that up nicely. 1/2 inch and 2 inches. Okay, so they're both scored. And then this little guy, we're going to score it 1/2 inch all around. So I'm measuring the 1/2 over here, just why not? It's a 1/2 inch. 1/2 inch. Okay, on all the sides here. I'm sorry, I think we're almost going to open a door in a second here. I can hear movement. Okay, 1/2 inch and another 1/2 inch over here. Okay, and those are our pieces right now. So this is just the case part of this. And I mean, I'm just reinforcing it. You could have just put sides on this or stuck it together with sides of things, and it wouldn't look as nice. I don't think it wouldn't look as refined. So we're doing our own thing. Here are the numbers. Hopefully that makes sense to you. Okay, so with these guys, just like any other thing, we're going to glue this to this guy. And so I am going to trim them down a little bit. So these guys, what I'm going to do, this is a little bit different than making a box top or a box base. We're not really caring about that. What we need is this to be trimmed away here and that to be trimmed away there, because we're going to glue this whole thing. So I'm just going where the score lines are, just a little bit divoted in so it just fits in a little bit nicer, because this is going to have to tuck into these other pieces. So again, this is just so our stuff doesn't slip out the back, our little drawer, basically, that we're making. So from there and there, just cutting away where those score lines meet. Ooh, this is some stiff paper. That's really good. Actually, remember with the other ones, I was like, oh, I don't even have to use a scoring tool, but this paper is excellent quality, nice and sturdy. So I'm just going to score these now so I don't have to score them later. And then these guys also. And I know people are like, can you write down the measurements or these? Guys, I can't. You know, I make a video, I say everything I need to be said in the video for the most part. I know sometimes people skip ahead and then they have a question that's basically something I've addressed in the video, and that's okay. But I encourage you to watch the whole thing. Listen to the pearls of wisdom, you guys. I'm just kidding. Okay, so here we go, and here we go. So with these guys, they're gonna go around like this, and then I'm going to fit this under that, and that's how we're going to make it. Again, that would have been the matchbox thing. You can slide in and out. We don't want that. So what I'm going to do right now is just glue one of these, and then probably glue in one of my little sides, that back piece. All right, you want to give that glue a zhuzh. Okay, right where it bends. Okay, and making sure everything's pretty good. Hey, that's not too bad. I mean, I cut this obviously by eye. Came out pretty good there. Now, I don't know if this paper has a direction. I wasn't paying attention to that. Most of it's going to be covered. Literally, all you're going to see is the sides and that back piece. So again, if you just want to use some other paper that you don't care that much about, but still looks nice, go for it. So this guy is going to be glued in here somewhere. So we have to make some choices right now. I'm going to go ahead and glue this along this edge. I at least have that stuck down. And again, if this was like a tonic thing, these things would line up. Bring it all the way back, line up on the edge there. What I'm saying is my little mitered corners would have lined up, but we're not doing a tonic thing, and so, see, the little mitered corner. All right, guys, this is some pro level stuff right here we're gonna be working on. Okay, and I think we're going to go ahead and glue that one and come around the side, and then those last ones. I think that'd be easiest, at least for me. Do whatever's easier for you. So we're going to glue that one. Go up the side right here. Ah! Use your friends. Right now the tabletop is being my friend. That's great. I didn't really want to keep this underneath, and to be honest, we could have glued this under here because you're not going to see it anyway, and I was thinking about that and I just totally forgot, because when I slide my box in and out, I don't want it to get caught on here. It shouldn't, but you know, in case it does, you can glue that tab under here, and then when we glue it here, you're not going to see it anyway, and it might even look more finished, right, because of the way it looks. This top one, same thing. I mean, honestly, if you wanted to glue this on top like this, and actually, honestly, maybe I can still do that now just to get, even though that's up there, maybe it's easier when it slides in and out. I don't know. Whatever. Here, so we have this on here. You have this here. It'll just make for a smoother inside of your box if that piece wasn't there, you know, bothering. And honestly, you could have glued all the tabs to the outside, now that I think about it. This is what happens when you fly by the seat of your pants, guys. You know me. These tabs need to be inside, though. These little glue tabs are here. Otherwise, you're going to see them on the side. So let's do that, just to show. I hate to change it up all of a sudden. Okay, I'm going to glue them all in, but if you wanted to make it more finished and look really nice, glue on the outside, just like this, to the outside. This one also, and that other one on the bottom to the outside. And when you have it all in there, you wouldn't have seen it. These glue tabs still have to go on the inside. All right, I've said my piece. Oh, of course. See, even they knew I need some help here. It's an emergency. All right, let's get glue all the way to the edge there so that hopefully we won't have pieces of our box like hitting that and like getting stuck there, you know? Okay, so we have that. We're just talking and walking things through, guys. Next time I'll remember that to make it a little more finished, put the thing on the outside. And I was totally thinking about it. I cannot believe I forgot. In my mind while I was kind of walking through this in my head. Okay, so we have that piece. I'm probably going to take a moment to keep my hand in here. Make sure that's really nice and flat. We can even burnish it down. I suppose you could put another piece of paper there to help you also if you think it's going to get stuck at all. You know, something. It should be okay, though, with our measurements, that you should have enough in and out that it's not going to bother anything. Okay, so that's pretty good. And then this guy right here, and this guy I think are going to have to be done at the same time. Pretty much. And then we're going to design the box that goes inside of this, you guys. So I'm just bringing this in, that glue tab is in, just putting that together. And that looks really good, nice and solid and awesome. I love it. You know, I was going to say a lot of these Create 9 things reminded me of like Tonic stuff, like with the style of it, which is great. I love Tonic's items, and then we love Anna Griffin, so can't get any better than that. Okay. Just gonna help me make sure that's down, this is down. Okay, I'm just gonna let that set up before I glue it in, but that's it, guys. So we have this, we're gonna glue it there. We're gonna glue this one on top. And then we're gonna make a little box that slides in and out. Oh my gosh, I wanna show you what that looks like from the side. How cute. Gorgeous. Okay, let me just let that set up for a minute before we continue manipulating things, and I'll be right back. Actually, you know what? Let's think about our box insert. All right, this is where it gets a little bit scary because since I made this the accurate numbers, we're not paying attention to this. This guy needs to be a little bit smaller than this, a little bit smaller than that. So I'm gonna come up with some numbers. I don't think you guys are gonna be interested. It's gonna be a 1/16 of an inch smaller all around. So the final little box, you know, insert, if I can draw that. Oh my gosh, yesterday Amanda had me drawing things and I was like, I don't know. So obviously it's not see-through, so that's why it looks like that. Should be 1 and let me see, 8/16, because 1.5 tall, and we want 8/16. We want 1 7/16 tall. And then it needs to be in the 6 1/4 side, it should be 6, and that would be 6 4/16. So 6 3/16 wide this way. And on the 4 1/4 side, it should be 4 3/16 this way. But we also need the height, we need the glue, we know. So let me come up with some of these numbers and I'll just give them to you. I'll be right back. That actually wasn't as hard as I thought because it's just a little box insert that we're making. And I'm just going to do it all on a my little cutter there, my trimmer. Again, I don't have enough paper left of the pink or even of the purple. You know, this one, because it's just, we only had the 2 pieces that were 8 by 12. Would have been nice had they give us 12-inch paper. But I did my little numbers here, and basically, again, 4 3/16 is how deep we want it, 6 3/16 is how wide. Each side is going to be smaller than 1.5, so that, again, 1 7/16. So if you're adding that here and adding that there, all you have to do is add those things up. So I need a piece of paper that's 7 1/16 by 9 1/16, which I know are not the best numbers. It's just the way it came out. I found this piece of paper in one of my diamond press packs, and I'm just going to use it because it's a little bit the same purple. I don't know. I was thinking about maybe even cutting some of this pink and putting it on the front. We'll see. If not, I'll just leave it purple like this, and hopefully it's okay. It's a little different. I'm not going to lie. I should have gone and looked for some Anna Griffin paper, but I did not. So there we go. 7 1/16 by 9 1/16. So that's what I need to cut here. This guy is nice and rigid here, so I can't quite. There we go. I'm gonna open it. So 7 1/16. I know. On here, again, 1/4's here, an 1/8 is, you know, in between the 7 and a 7 1/4, and a 16th is just a little mark right after 7. And you know what, girls? It's been a long day. I cut this in the wrong direction. Good thing I have plenty of this paper. Hold on. Now, you know, I could edit that out, but I'm not going to. This way. We're going to need to cut it this way, and I'm going to need to get my 9 1/16 from this way, right? So, 7 1/16. I just want to make sure I'm on there correctly so that I can turn it the other direction and get my 9 1/16. Oh my goodness. 9 1/16. Okay. And hopefully this works out, guys, because I just came up with this on the fly. Now, what we're going to do is all around, we have to score it. I'm going to bring this in at 1 7/16. So again, not 1.5. And not 1 3/8, or, you know, we're looking at the 16ths. So 1 And the 16ths here, not 1 8/16, that would be 1 1/2. It's this guy right here, right before the half, right? So 1 7/16. Get rid of our blade, we don't want that. We want our scoring tool. 1 7/16. Again, 1 7/16. All around. And hopefully this works because, again, we need it to work. We need this win, you guys. 1 7/16 there, and 1 7/16. Okay, and that should be our little insert. Now this one we are making into a box, but we're still going to cut kind of like we did the first time, but not quite. So, you know, how do you make your boxes? I usually go and cut straight on this line, and then I'll divot in from this other line, okay? So I go all around and do that, and I hope this works out. I'd be very sad if after all that this doesn't work. I think our numbers are solid. All right, let's go up here and here. Okay. Paper is slightly thinner, so, you know, again, I can score this by hand pretty easily, where the other one was like, nope, I'm not gonna do it. So we're gonna score all these guys. Okay. And we're gonna glue it down. Now I leave that top part completely flat. If you want to cut this in a little bit to divot it, you can definitely do that. But look at that, perfect. And if we get this right, this should slide in and out of the little matchbox that we made, which I haven't glued into the base because I was like, oh, we'll do that right now. But then I got distracted with this, gave you guys the wrong numbers, decided to edit that. So hopefully it'll be nice and clear. Now, if you were doing it landscape, to be honest, the numbers I gave the first time, sorry, if you're doing portrait, would have been the numbers you need. You're just making your box so that it pulls in and out this way instead of in and out this way. So that is important. Maybe I'll still close up on that for you guys. This part would still be the same. This part would be the same for portrait or landscape type boxes. Let me give you this again, and maybe I did the numbers. I think I did them all. Yeah, I didn't add it up, that's all. That's when I decided, I was like, oh, you silly girl. But again, 6 1/4 inches wide, and this direction you're just going to score in the other direction. If that makes sense to you guys, there you go. This is the one we did right now. So again, remember 2 pieces that were 4 1/4 by 8 1/4. They were scored at 1/2 inch and at 2 inches. Don't worry about this other part, right? And then we needed a piece that was 2 1/2 by 7 1/4, and it was scored 1/2 inch all around. And then this box piece was 7 1/16 by 9 1/16, scored at 1 7/16 all around. Okay. Now, before we glue this together, why don't we have our moment of truth? It doesn't matter, because if this is wrong, I'll redo this. But it should theoretically work, and it should be like, oh my gosh, like a glove. Yep, it's hitting that one piece, but that's okay. You guys, I cannot even. Oh my gosh, we did that. We did that. Okay. We're gonna need a little handle. What I was trying to say is, if you want to cut another piece of paper, let's say a little bit smaller than the 4 1/4 by 6 1/4, you can definitely glue that at the base here. So your box will slide in and out, and it just has a little piece that's in here. But again, since you've seen this video and you'll keep it in mind, glue the glue tabs underneath, and they'll be out of the way, and it'll be nice slidey, right? Okay, well, I'm gonna glue this in. Yeah. Let's just go for it. So I'm going to put glue all in here. I cannot believe this. It feels really nice and sturdy. You guys, I love math. You know, my little son, well, both of my sons were always in accelerated math, and Doran's like one of the only freshmen in geometry because he was accelerated. Like, we just love math. So I do not have any problem doing the numbers for you. And hopefully you guys can use them, even though some of the numbers are kind of ugly, but as long as you have it. Look at that. Okay, so I'm just kind of keeping it centered all around that little lip. I'm going to hold this down just to make sure everything's good. Maybe run my little guide through here. Again, flattening some stuff out. So that's kind of what I was saying with this piece. I didn't know how much decoration we should do because I do definitely want to squish this down, make sure it's going to sit there nicely. But I think we're okay. So we have that. I'm going to let that set up a little bit more before I come in with this other guy. Okay. And then that's going to sit on top. And then we have our drawer. Again, I mean, the purple coordinates, not the best coordinated purple. I mean, I have this little guy that I can put on there and cut it off. It was just something else that brings the pink back. Something to think about. Maybe we'll just make the little pull tab with it. We need something to help us open it, right? So you can do a brad, you can do whatever you want, or something cute with brads. I think I was just going to cut down a piece of paper, score it, so it's kind of like a little handle. But I'll be right back. Let's go ahead and pop this in just to help us keep it a little bit more sturdy. I cannot believe that, you guys. Look at that. So cute. Okay, and then this guy's going to be on top. So glue, glue, glue. Hopefully this video, I feel like it's taken a little while, but hopefully you don't find it too much. I do have this little piece on top that reminds me that is the top, so I'm just going to go like this. And I should be looking at this in a different way than having it set up for you guys. But let me look down there. That looks pretty good. I suppose you can turn it over and see kind of where you're at, making sure you're still pretty straight. That looks really great, right? Okay. So that's that. I did pop the box in to help me keep this up as I squish, so that does help. I'm just gonna hold that down for a little while and I'll be right back. I cannot tell a lie, I just put this on here and walked away for a little while. But there's our box, and I mean, it's whatever you want to decorate with. So what I'm going to do, see the little pink on the sides? Again, this is the only pink you're gonna see. So, I mean, you can make up your own thing. You can see what it is that you want to do, how you want to, you know, conserve your paper, preserve your paper, use your paper. For this one, I think what I'm going to do for these, again, you can put whatever you want for the stopper, but I'm going to grab these guys and bring some more of that pink and that purple in. So since I don't have any purple on that base one, I'm going to run this through with some of this leftover purple that I have here. And you guys, I save every little piece. Like this little piece here, if I think I can cut a word on that, I will make it so that maybe I can cut a word on that later. So there's that. And I'll run this through. Does it fit? Is it just the size? Yes, I love when something just works out. Look at that. No waste there. I mean, you do have a 12-inch piece of paper here that you can use for something else if you don't, you know, want to do that. But I'm going to run that through. And that'll be our stopper, and then I'll grab some of the stickers and things from the kit. Sorry, I have all kinds of things all over the place here. You know, I didn't give you the measurements on this larger die, but obviously it's 5x7, or like just thereabout. You know, you can use this as the little pull tab too. Oh my gosh. Look how cute, because let's say you put a little, I don't want to do it right now, but a score line, and then glued it together a little bit, and that can be your pull for your drawer. Something to think about. Okay, right now I'm just going to glue these together, and then obviously we need it to have some dimension. That's how it keeps your easel up. So again, you can use the stickers in the kit. It doesn't have to be this. I'm just using this. Bring it back. I'm going to put some dimensionals on this that are a little bit taller. I have these little circles here that'll work. I could have just grabbed dimensionals from the same Griffin dimensional kit. The little tiny ones are lower in profile than these other guys. But I just grabbed these. Oh, okay. That was interesting. You guys, do you like this kind of video? I know, you know, some people do. Some people glaze over. I just want to do something over the top for this since Create's coming up this weekend and you have some ideas, and if you can, you know, see something fun like this ahead of time, that might help you out. I don't think that's in the center. I just want to see about where I want to put this. Maybe there. That looks good. And again, you can take the box out if you need help. And then that is the guy that's going to keep this open, okay? So, it is very pitched. It's like straight up. I don't know if I like that though, to be honest. Let's bring it down a little bit more. Yeah, that's better. It's a little more relaxed. It was just like too much. So that was good that I didn't completely push that down. And let's see what we have. Oh my gosh, let me clear this space. I'll be right back. So, most of the sentiments in here are like, well, like birthday wishes, things like that. I was just gonna give this to Miranda. She can cut a little picture, you know, I'll cut it for her, of her and I, or herself, or whatever. I mean, these flowers still coordinate. Obviously, I went with that hot purple, but let's see what's in here as far as the birthday stuff. Excuse me. Oh my gosh, I was say Christmas stuff. We still have to put a handle on, and I know that. We'll get there. I mean, you know, again, there should be a picture back there somewhere. Let me see about these pretty flowers. Oh, the pink ones. Something like that. Do they have one that goes the opposite way? No, it's just the same pink flower again, which would be weird. I guess you can do it this way, huh? Something like that. That's cute. These little swirly, I mean, obviously you can put those in there too. I don't think I'm gonna do that. No. Again, this isn't a birthday cake kind of thing. I just wanted Miranda to have this. It'd be cute to put that guy there just to put more flowers, but I like the way this looks right here. So I am going to put some glue here, wherever it might make contact. Again, not in here because I don't want to stick down in that area quite yet. So whenever Miranda, you know, I decide whatever picture or she chooses something I can print out for her, we'll tuck it back there, and then maybe I'll put some dimensionals to help it stay up, right? But for right now, we just have these guys. Cute. Oh, I should pay attention to that one. Coming around here, I think it's okay. Maybe a little bit more up like this. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna hold these down for a second. I will be right back for that to dry. I was kind of messing around down here, like maybe popping something else on, but none of these things really make sense. And then these flowers, I mean, obviously I have a ton of Anna Griffin flowers. I can go and I have these exact same ones, and I probably can find more of the pink one. There was a lot of purple, just a few pink accents. You know, maybe even cut the back off of it, or something like that, or just cut the backs off and leave it. But for now, let's just leave it like that. And let's wrap this thing up, guys. So this little guy, now that it's in here, definitely needs a drawer. Again, you can use brads. You can use ribbon, right? Cut and pop in 2 little holes with like your crocodile or whatever you like to make holes with. And then have a little ribbon that pulls. I'm going to grab that pink paper from earlier, that same little pink strip that we had left over here. And what I think I'm going to do is make something that's obviously smaller than that. Let's see what 3/4 of an inch looks like as far as the width on this guy. Let's go 3/4 of an inch. So you want something with some sturdiness to it. Ooh, okay, hold on. That guy is gonna have to... Oh, you know what? I should measure on this side, huh? Where it's smaller, maybe? I don't know. I feel like I can hold it there better. 3/4 inch, okay. Is that too thick? We're gonna have to go with it. I mean, something that's a little more dainty. I feel like 3/4 inch is good. If I go 1/2 inch, it's kind of small now. Okay, and just a little something. Who am I kidding? I'm gonna have to cut this down to 1/2 inch. I'd rather 1/2 inch. I'm just trying to eyeball, you know, like 3 inches maybe. 3 inches, and then we want to add an inch on either side. And I'll tell you why in just a second. So 3 inches plus an inch and an inch. I mean, sorry, 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch, so an inch and an inch. Yeah, 5 inches. And one of these is crooked because I cut it earlier without thinking about it. So 5 inches right here. And maybe we'll do 1/2 inch like I had mentioned. And what I'll do is just kind of tape this little bit right here to help me out. And I hear the outside door opening. So let me just cut this. And I'll be right back. So we did 5 inches by 1/2 inch. And then what we're going to do is score at 1/2 inch on one side and then an inch. So 1/2 inch. And then 1 inch. And the same thing on the other side, okay? So 1/2 inch and 1 inch on this opposite side. The time goes by. My son just walked in from school. And I was like, who is it? And he wouldn't say anything because he was trying to freak me out. Okay, so there we go. So on the 1 inch, we're folding in, 1/2 inch back out. And as you can see, this was the crooked side. Remember I told you I had a piece where you saw when I cut it just so I can get this little stopper piece. So there you go. And then back over here. Oh, that's actually pretty cute. I'm gonna leave it. Okay. So on our box, let's bring this back over. basically that's going to help me pull my box open. So now I'm just going to glue it, and I'm just eyeballing it. Now, if you want to do something fancy, you can put stickers on there. I mean, you can, again, use a brad or something else to help you hold it down. We're only putting glue on this part, and we want to make sure that it is really adhering. So I'm putting right to the edges, and you can kind of see where you're at, as you put this on here. It's supposed to be pushed in like this, so it might come in on itself just a little bit. I'm not measuring this in any way, but that looks even to me. Let's see, left and right, that looks pretty good, doesn't it? I think it does. Okay, I'm gonna hold that for a minute, and we're not gonna use it until it's very dry. Okay, I'll be right back. Hey guys, so I have this guy looking awesome. I will cut an oval picture that can go in there. You know how to do the easel card if you were just doing the card. We made this amazing little box, and I'm just gonna slide this in here as best I can, and there it is. So that's what it looks like from the front if it was just closed. When it's open, and then, I don't know what you want to put in here, but you have your little handle there to bring that open. Super cute. I know, I went with dime press paper, but I think it still coordinates pretty well and looks really cute. So there it is. I think the sample that they had shown might have had feet on it. I don't need to put feet on this, but I suppose if you want to, you can put feet on it. However you want to create those. I think if you've gotten this far, you can figure that out too. So there it is, guys. Thanks for watching. I will link, again, just this one. If you're going to create 9, you're going to have the dies in your kit. If you're just picking this one up, they have it there on HSN as a bundle, like I showed you. I did bring in some of my own papers, but I tried to stick to what was in there as much as I could for the actual construction. All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching. I will see you all at the next one. Bye now.